Sentinels, they have such a long ways to go because last year they couldn't make the run that they wanted to in Champs, but it doesn't matter because they're back with a revamped roster. This roster looking really good. These players from Qbert coming up, trying to prove themselves within this stage. This team just looking absolutely flawless and having a lot of good practice within their offseason. They're looking to really kill it and make sure that they can step it up for their fans under a lot of that new IGLing as well, making sure John QT gets his chance to kind of just frag out on the stage and just play the way that he likes to play. And we kind of have the eyes on these duelists as well, Narrate and Redux, looking to see how they work together in that server, seeing what comps they've cooked up and how they're going to end up playing together.
E agora os seus adversários, faz barulho que hoje é dia de FURIA!
FURIA, the team with the most improved, the team who reinvented themselves during the offseason with 5 brand new players who after that first match seem to have found their footing. We spoke about Arts in the IGL who goes above and beyond to frag out and support his teammates, but they're, gosh, but they had to be.
They got you speechless.
Yeah, they really got me speechless. But they're brand new players, Koala Noob. Getting these initial peaks will kind of be their bread and butter, and having to get reset up to go for even more.
Yeah, you know the talent's there. You know that
the talent is there.
You know that what they have provided to them based on what we saw in that first game is more than capable of being able to go toe-to-toe and stand up against the Sentinels. But I guess the question is how much of that prep work from the Sentinels bleeds into all this, because it does feel like they have to be feeling themselves after all they've done this season.
100%. They have a lot of prep work, and they have the VODs on FURIA too now, because obviously FURIA has played first. But these maps split coming in from Sentinels. I believe it's the first split.
Might be, yeah.
Second split.
Second split.
First for me.
You got me. I think this makes a lot of sense though for Sent to kind of pick this map. They have played split in the off season. They do have their roster.
It was a bread and butter map for them for a little while too.
Yeah, it was. They did have a little bit of a loss, I believe, against Shopify Rebellion, but it doesn't matter because that just means that they fixed their mistakes and they're kind of really confident in this pick. And the FURIA Breeze pick, I mean, that makes sense to me.
No, for sure. I'm just really worried because it feels like FURIA does have their bread and butter picks, which is having Koala on the op and then having Alum kind of fight towards the other side with the rest of the team. And I think that on paper that might work, but I think Sentinels is smart enough to kind of have a counter for that going into it, and they already have footage on that.
Yeah, they're going to need to dismantle those setups. And if there's one thing that we know about the coaching staff on Sentinels with Coach Kaplan and also the IGL and the relationship that him and John QT have, there really is going to be a challenge for this FURIA team to keep things fresh without getting figured out by the Sentinels, because
100%.
they're very good at being able to do that. Speaking of though, let's take a look at the Agent Select. Got ourselves a little double duelist to kick things off here on Split.
I like this. I believe this is the same one that this is the same one that they played on the offseason, other than just a little switch up with the Tejo instead of the Fade. And I think that makes a lot of sense because we saw a lot of Tejo yesterday.
Yeah, you've been really liking the Tejo.
Yeah,
like you've been rooting. Well, you done it hating.
I was a hater, and now I'm a lover.
Yeah,
because the util, that the way that Tejo has been
what an arc
is super. I know, right? The util, the way that the Tejo util has been used has been so good, so phenomenal in those post-5 situations.
Alternative though, you got the Fade on the other side.
Ooh,
yeah.
So what will be the fundamental differences between the Fade and the Tejo as far as fans should be looking out for?
I really feel like the delay on the post plant there will be a huge one, and also the fact that Tejo, well, with Fade you can get info. Tejo can actually move people out of those spots, right? With Fade you still have to follow it up with something.
All right, folks, you heard it from our analysts. Let's see whose idea is best on this split. Let's send it over to your casters for the first pistol. Here is Mimi and Ender.
Well, we're going to have plenty of pistols to come after this. Sentinels and FURIA take to the stage for Sentinels' opening game. They played a ton of matches in the offseason, but now get to test their mettle up against this FURIA squad.
And it is a very different team than the fan favorites that have really defined the partnership era. All the players that you would see as being synonymous with Sentinels, I think TenZ, Zek in the forefront, both of them are gone now, and this is really the next step for this Sen team. Only keeping a coach and one player player alongside narrate kind of from that original core that won a trophy in Madrid.
Yeah, it's a little bit shocking to see, but Sentinels are one of the organizations that heavily invests in that academy scene. Promoting 2 players now, and Caillou to lead this squad into the opener on Split, of all things, which was the Sentinels back when you cast back 2 years when they were Madrid champions. They were the ones that mastered this map, now with new brains behind the operation and a new comp to boot.
And against a team that has also had to massively change who they are. An international roster for the first time. Got to win over a sub-roster. Now they have to do it against one of the fan favorites.
Well, Caillou keeping things a little bit more measured at the start of this pistol round. Already down a couple of flashes as 3 members work through this orb in mid. Whole lot of clutter on the smokes, but FURIA aren't really holding the space at all.
Threatening a bit of an A-split already, so Alim in a bit of a hot seat here, tucked into the corner, but with tools to get out.
Sen still taking their time, and with a spike in mid, they could go back into B, but really just trying to make some noise now, put the pressure onto Nerve over in heaven, while the A-lurk activates, as does Alim. Still John in the corner. Another opportunity for Sentinels.
And still a great crossfire. Artson has a paranoia to pop off of Alim's contact.
This map state is weird. Now the spike is heading A, truly, but both duelists on Sentinels have crept all the way through B heaven. There is a gap, and Sentinels have found it.
They want to go all the way back through spawn. It's a game of timings against Nerve.
It's a very different kind of A-split now, as a headshot into John QT. Nerve lines him up, beautiful, out of Furia. Nadesco was talking about it. They were perfect on the pistols in their opener. This makes them 7 out of 7 on the year.
Absolutely huge for Furia. Nerve, that timing was make or break in this round. If those 2 players get by him, the round is absolutely cooked. But he turns, lines him up with the frenzy. Some great utility from Artson. And Alim and Main to finish off the job.
I'll make it even crazier for you. Furia have played 4 round 1s on their maps.
Okay.
Every single round 1 except for 1 has been flawless.
That's ridiculous.
And the only round that wasn't flawless, they lost 1 member.
Huh.
Crazy starts from this team.
Yeah, that's new from Furia. With no spike plant, Sen won't buy anything into this round. Just take their time. I think a lot of this first match is going to be finding out 2 things at the tier 1 level for Sentinels. How does Caillou as a caller differ from what John QT was bringing last year? And how well can Redux step up into Zekin's shoes? They really sold him as the next step for the franchise, building an academy team practically just to give him a chance. Now he's finally here.
A lot of pressure when you put on that Sentinels jersey for the main team as well. Round like this a little bit tougher. Caillou calls all these players up into heaven. Again, Nerve will collect on a couple kills. This time abusing the judge a bit as Sentinels continue forcing it in. Really trying to prod up into Mail a couple rounds in a row.
Well, that's a judge.
It might be a little over-eager from EU.
30 seconds left.
It's now a 2-on-2, and you look at the weaponry from Furia, it's awkward. An Outlaw for Koala, a Ghost for Alim.
This is a power position for Koala, tucked into main. Eventually, there's no choice but to finish back into B, and that Outlaw tucked in main can do damage. 15
seconds remain for Sentinels. Time their biggest concern now. Koala might only need to kill the planter if he seizes that opportunity. Choosing to take things slowly for the time being. Furia can't let one of these ecos slip away.
Alim has a dash and or a frag, can get information for his teammate.
Primes it. Cortez is on 7 HP. Player above him. Alim will shut him out. And now John. No pressure in the IGL role anymore for him. And a 1-on-2, but as that hindrance allows for the half stick, he needs to rush, he needs to get in here. It's gonna be a little bit too slow. He'll get 3 on the round. Has a chance to make it 4, won't happen. Regardless, Furia take this second.
The eco rounds were one of the big pieces in their game against Crew that made it so close. They lost a lot of those, including a few round 2s in very similar scenes to this one. Sen, I think, make great decisions in that freeze in the mid-round, pushing towards spawn and picking off Furia as they looked for information. Still, despite not being able to close out that round, it's a bit of a Pyrrhic victory for Furia. Only 1 rifle going into their bonus.
Yeah, so Koala will be the hero, and I think this gives us a chance to keep checking out how Caillou calls these rounds. A lot of mid-round freezes, a lot of work into mid, but now with the rifle advantage, grouping all 5 players on this A site and just blitzing up to heaven.
The drone goes in towards site, clears that space out. Sen will look to hold on to this space in the post plant. FURIA's job is to take heaven back.
Well, 2-stage approach as Art is caught by John, not leaving any gaps on the Sentinel's back.
And with him dying now, the entire crux of this round falls to the flank. Cortesia on 5 health holding it.
Back-to-back rounds on low HP, back-to-back rounds left on an island. This time, though, waiting for it. That is a second gun to be picked up. FURIA were going to have a chance, although John's position in this corner is exposed. And now Sentinels trying to regroup. Narrate joins his teammates into elbow. FURIA don't have an infinite time. It's time to make something happen, but as another hindrance grows out, the clock is starting to tick away. It's 3 for Koala. But so little time left. Redux needs that kill. He desperately needed it. The full stick from Koala, and he will secure it 3 in a row for FURIA.
Just an outrageous round. Koala screaming at the camera. Gotta hear what he had to say.
And he was lively back in FURIA's opener too.
Yeah, brought so much energy to this team. Finally getting to play on the America stage. He was the only gun coming into this round. The only hope. And does everything. Shuts down both of the players watching the flank. And wins it out in the end as well. That whiff in the last fight is going to be a brutal one to remember for Sentinels. If Koala dies there is 0 chance Sen win the round.
Some separated fights that Koala is able to take advantage of. Takes away any opportunity for Sentinels to build momentum. And this is not the start Sen fans were expecting, not the one they were hoping for either. Now fully reset onto a light buy. Wasn't necessarily a problem for them on round 2. They made it real close. Came down to a one-on-one at the end.
And I think it was hard to gauge this team coming out the offseason. They played in 2 of their own tournaments, won them both. Pretty good.
Yeah, 100% win rate in Sentinels run by themselves.
Lost at Red Bull home ground. I think showed some good things, at least in their own tourneys.
It is interesting seeing this version of Sentinels. I don't remember John calling quite so many attacks into the enemy spawn.
No.
See what else happens on this site. Sentinels confirm a couple of kills, but now as FURIA close in, only losing 2 members on this round. Much cleaner than that second anti-eco.
Oh yeah. So now it's going to be rifle rounds, and for Sentinels, you have to look to Narrate here, really. He was one of those players that had a lot of intrigue surrounding him. Hadn't seen him step onto the primary duelist role since you were looking back to when he was on KC, playing in Europe. Was an initiator for Sentinels, put a lot of time into switching to that role. Now again, switching back for this new edition. Having to step up, do more for his new edition.
And you remember how much he ramped up over the course of 2025. Became an absolute force to be reckoned with towards the close of that year.
Koala doesn't need a ramp, though. He's already feeling it. 4-0, walks into mid with the operator.
And that's where Sentinels are heading.
Oh,
The
that
teleport
time.
away. It's running out of that one, so Sentinels fill into that space pretty quickly. Still have yet to activate either of their smoke players in A or B main.
Now, FURIA pick a good timing to re-clear A main. They'll hold on to that space.
But it does mean their A heaven is a little bit light. EU, the only one patrolling it for the time being, and now this fight in main.
They
FURIA
saw
back
2
away.
there. But the split is coming in, and now they realize FURIA will reposition to ready the defense towards vents.
Good little cross setup here. Hindrance to put EU on his own, but as the utility is traded back, FURIA just bide their time, knowing exactly where a few players are. Now A main control, the operator shuts out John. A quick escape from Koala as he falls back into sight. FURIA hold on to heaven for the time being. EU waiting, cannot find his mark. So this puts Koala all on his own on site. It's a pivot from Sentinels trying to call it back through mid, but it's also FURIA reacting. Artson cancels the teleport on his ult. 2 players here from FURIA. What can you do, Nerve? Pulling some attention with so little time. Now Art looking to strike. Back in, main takes him straight out from the sky. And now with so little time left, Sentinels are sent packing. 5 for FURIA.
Artson so stalwarts as an anchor there. The side anchors were doing work in Furia's opening game against Crew. Whether it was Koala or Artsin, both of them were absolutely shining. For Sen, though, I think the calling in this round gets the better of them a little bit.
Look at this.
After finding success in taking mid control, they didn't have either of their extremity players in a position where they actually had information. So by the time they realized that Furia was going for that forward push on A, they were basically already committed to that split in, and having called away their B lurker, never had a cancel option, bar just praying that they could sprint back into B with 10 seconds.
And to be fair, Caillou hears the Omen ult, right? So he's expecting, oh, that Omen's reinforcing the op on site. We don't want to run into that op. On a surface level, it makes sense, but that cancel decision out of Art is exactly what breaks Sentinels back.
Yeah, it was really good from him. Looking at Sen, I think the players that you look to then, if they're going to be playing this 1-3-1 style, is John and Cortesia. Cortesia had such a great year with MIBR in his debut 2025. I think really got known for his mechanics in these lurk positions, how aggressive he could be on the Viper. I want to see Sen trying to unleash that, give him those chances, and by doing so, give Caillou the options to call back into him.
Yeah, because when I remember Sentinels, when they were the best team in the world on Split, so often it was about how they broke the B site with their lurks, with their split hits through mid as well, and it was usually by playing this 1-3-1 style. This round, though, have different ideas on the A side.
Here you have a good setup for this. It's going to be a hard hit from Sen.
And look where Alum is. Counter ultimate ready from the Waylay. That will tear up A main and ramp if Furia call for it. Contact in, ready to light it up. They're going in. Time now for Furia to activate, but a paranoia slows things down. Alum also without an opportunity to look for the fight, so that ultimate comes up for naught.
That was a counter slow as well. Both those tools were so good to nullify that ult.
Here comes the hit from Sen then. Double dash forward, just this Bucky, and with EU and Alum falling back into the site, Sentinels have very little shot on the light buy. The Bucky looks nice, but at a certain point you need to find the upgrade, and it's not gonna happen for Narrate.
Really nice team fighting from Furia that round. They had a lot asked of them. Had to cancel that initial play fighting into ramp and then deal with this hard double dive from Sen on site. And I think the reaction was very good here. Getting out of elbow, swinging together into main, and choosing to ignore the players who had dove back site. It's those kind of micro decisions that are really make or break on Split when you are playing that style of flood retaking a lot.
Interesting to see Sentinels heading back for this one more time.
4 ults though this time. Could be the key to make this actually happen on A.
Question is how many come in the initial hit, how many on the second layer? That's one already fully clearing out backside. A couple of teleports, dashes into the site as well. Furia have chosen to play full retake and for a refight over ramp.
But it's very quick, and Cortesia, here's his chance to show what he's got.
He has been spotted. And slowed down as well, Alum. Perfect, right there. And now as another ult does not connect out of Sentinels. This operator's waiting for it, and Koala's too quick. Trades over the gun. Preps himself to get into the site now. With a dimensional drift to spot out every single Sentinels player. Caillou and John have a tall order ahead. Koala into the side, a flash catches him out. Redux looks for it but cannot deliver. Now Caillou in a one-on-one. The new IGL gets Sentinels their first round.
Absolutely massive clutch from Caillou. He was the second player brought up from Qbert Academy, the one that wasn't really talked about. Redux was the prospect who was supposed to bring Sentinels through. But you look at this guy, and beyond the leadership, he is truly a talented individual. I remember when the first game Sen played this offseason, Red Bull Homeground, got a 6K ace to start that. He's great in these clutch situations.
Very well-rounded player. Oh, nice
That's
shot.
how he gets the opener. Goodbye, Caillou.
Bit of a strange round state, though, because Sentinels weren't playing heavy into B. Still 3 players. Geared up in A lobby.
All right, let's the refract timeout and instead choose to contact into the space towards ramp.
Well, we saw Caillou in the clutch. Now let's see what he can do. And he doesn't have to focus on himself at all. He can just work his team around the map like puppets.
An issue again, no cancel. They have to make it work on A.
Redux into the site. One spotted out, but Furia are waiting. A couple of players ready to jump on in, and they're already here. Art has caught the back, and the stall on the choke points has always been there from Furia. The utility, always perfect. The players always in the right position. And it turns out another A hit thwarted.
I don't know how that ended up going the way it did. Narrate had embedded himself towards ramp and chose to stay there instead of going back main and dashing out with the Yoruwall. I think if he had done that, they would have at least had a player past that who could have contained and stopped Artson from jumping out the way he did. Instead, there was no one to follow up. John also had 2 TPs and didn't TP out of that choke. I think maybe some missed opportunities in following up from that Yoruwall. Maybe expecting a refight on ramp, as Furia had shown before.
Could have been holding for it. Could also just be Furia have been, didn't catch that round, but in previous rounds been very diligent unloading utility on the choke point, whether that's a snake bite or a seize. Didn't actually use either of those this round, but still were able to get the job done as, okay, Narrate's gonna get a few kills, hold on to the gun, but Furia really starting to run away with it.
7-1 for them. Truly an impressive start, and Koala, ever since he's gotten that op online, has really been a nightmare. Just jump peeking into B main, killing the IGL so early.
Sentinels already called a timeout in this half, not choosing to use another one just yet, but have chosen to buy down in this round. You see going down to absolutely nothing, and that's with 2 stingers in the mix.
And it looks like they're just gonna full send another hit. But look at this setup. 2 players tucked together on the corner. A bait in for Artson.
Koala, take first contact, and again, lethal. Very patient. And Sentinels, they heard the teleport away, but will they fully expect all these other positions? Now without Narrate, that's one of your best tools at clearing the close corners! The teleport straight into Koala is punished. And now, Art fully tracking these Sentinels players. Gorgeous.
Furia is eviscerating Sentinels. They keep calling into committed executes, and Furia is reading it so well. An absolutely perfect bait setup. Some amazing opping from Koala. And again, with no cancel option, with no second layer, Sen are sent to the meat grinder.
That's what I'm talking about, baby! It's a really tough position, I think, for Caillou to be in now, trying to call correct rounds, because earlier on when they were playing the map, playing it slower, those rounds they lost in critical moments, and now you have to deal against an operator, so you don't want to lurk. Luckily this time, the shot does not connect. Redux will punish it, and now the quick zoom into the site. Alim around the corner. Instantly seizes back some control, and the spike is stuck in main. That's Jung QT with a stinger as well, so Narrate's running forward. He loses the shotgun duel. And now Alim, never one to slow down, has given an opportunity back into Sentinels. Good utility. Jung QT doesn't know what to look at. He's burning to death, and now he's been shot in the head as well. Any hope Sentinels might have had disappearing as the ping comes in. Redux haunted and out.
This is a nightmare for Sen. Every round Koala has been in the right place. Here they finally kill him, finally deal with him. But the next layer again is missing. No one is watching ramp. Fury has shown refights before, but look at this.
Yeah.
No one in a position to cover. The poor Teo stuck in a drone. Alan feasts, and despite maybe overheating a little bit.
I thought it was a fake clone. I thought he was going to fake clone there, I can't lie.
Physically incapable of lying.
It's true.
Wow, another timeout.
I mean, yeah, you're down 9-1. If they don't win these last 2, you start to just look ahead to Breeze.
Because now Sentinels, they're looking at 4 ults on the other side, and still the operator is something they have to solve. They want to play slow rounds, you'd have to imagine. I wonder if mid is maybe something they can return their focus to.
I think they would want to do that, but I think what they have to do different if they're playing for mid control is actually getting a lurker onto one of these extremities. And if that means they have to invest a missile or a drone to do it, I honestly think it's worth the cost.
Sure.
Because they just need to activate Cortesia, get him in a position where he can actually have impact.
I don't think they necessarily have to go immediately, right? And if you wait a 30 seconds at the start of the round, you're going to have to use that first teleport. They can let the bulk of the team try and scout him out, figure that out through mid if they wanted to. Although that's not going to be the case, at least at the start of this round. Playing for B main early, possibly to set up an embed. if they wanted to. But Mimi, Koala is going to be on the correct side of the map if they do continue forward.
He's always here somehow. Another problem is Furia have pretty much every single ult this round.
Well, if you wanted to go mid, there's a Viper's Pit there. Don't love that.
So they put some presence B main, but don't embed.
What are we clapping for? Viper's Pit?
Hell
God,
yeah.
the Sentinels fans need something to hang on to. Take anything they can get right now.
Hey guys, can we get a round of applause for this AWOL?
Just wait till the house comes down. If Sentinels plant the spike and Cortezia can put down his own pit. Gonna go crazy in here. Wait a second, Ewe's double hopping.
Vile stuff.
Oh, this could get ugly. Well, Sentinels have Heaven control. That's a good start. There's some counter stall to follow. Alum, you're joking, man, you're joking. Not a chance for Sen. And now the Nightfall to those ultimates, collecting every single target. Cortezia's still alive. John QT also here. Sentinels have a shot. Need to plant this spike.
And the Viper's Pit available.
It's coming. Here it comes. The site goes green, and John is here. Sentinels have tapped into something now. Koala, what do you have? The shorty one! And silent. He has time. Need stacked quickly. Guessing the wrong way. The pit to fall. Cortezia playing this perfectly. Back onto the spike. Needs this immediately. It won't come through. Cortezia will take it for Sentinels.
Finally breaking the streak. All thanks, I think, to your motivation around the Viper's Pit.
It was the Viper's Pit. Unfortunately, that ult costs a lot, so
good replay.
Gonna have to wait for the next half. Yeah.
And I don't think there was anything massively different for Sen there. They still started presence B main, didn't leave an embed, went back to flip a hit on A. This time, though, the individuals step up. They win out in the trade battle and actually get a round. So they'll try it again. 5 players outside B.
Well, Sentinels ate up so many of Furia's ultimates that it's actually Sen with the advantage heading into this round in numbers, but it's Fury with 3 players already here. As the Armageddon cuts off the Heaven line, Narrate already into the site. Fury have been divided, but they're not out yet. Art still survives in backside. Narrate's been traded. And with Nerve dropping down into the site, it's still a 2-on-2 through everything.
Koala has ultimate. The round will slow as he makes a play with the off.
Koala, no chance. And Cortez for 3 again.
He had a really rough start to this game. 2-10. He turns that around to 7-10 at the end of the half. Has 2 rounds of huge impact. And at least delivers Sentinels a 9-3 half.
So you're telling me there's a chance? The crowd is now telling me there's not a chance. We'll find out if there's a chance after this. A sign of life for Sentinels at the end of the half, but still trailing by a major margin. Mimi, we're about to head into a Furia pistol round, and can they lose is my question for you.
A low sample size, but they have won every pistol thus far. I think they've only lost 1 person in a pistol round across this tournament thus far.
In a round 1 pistol. In
Correct.
second half pistols, they've been a little bit less perfect.
It's
but
true.
They've still won them all. It's still looking very, very nice for them. And if they win this pistol, that's going to catapult them straight ahead in this opener.
If you're looking at Sen, though, not only do they have to flip that narrative and win a pistol, but I also think we need to see Narrate and Redux coming online. Those 2 had a tough start. But they'll have opportunities here, anchoring together towards A.
FURIA really spreading out the map to kick it off. 2-2-1 for the time being. Sentinels haven't really bitten on anything. Now a smoke to try and cross up the two mid anchors from Sen.
With the double smokes in the tail, one of your big keys is dissuading these trap plays that are easy to set up.
I love seeing there was a teleport set up on the spike from Koala to go back and grab it if he wanted to, but instead just hangs out in B main. At the same time, Sentinels had walked up into A.
Sen's reading this. They leave someone embedded forward A, rotate heavy back towards B. It's exactly where the hit is coming.
What utility do Sentinels have? Saturate, a Paranoia, a couple of missiles. Whole lot to stall out this choke, especially because FURIA have not activated, waiting for this smoke to eventually go down. But now the Paranoia, you can see with the dash forward, Alum does not care. One of the craziest duelists I think we have in 2026. Instantly into the site, but as the swing comes in, Caillou on the bandit gets a few. Still not clear, 20 seconds remaining. Sentinels doing numbers on FURIA. Koala needs 2 more, and with so little time left. The pistols from FURIA will finally be shut down as Redux delivers the finishing blow.
I think the macro on the attack side looked a little bit rough from Sen to start this one. They were getting right into. But on the defense, this is a great start. Pick a nice timing to re-clear A main, leave a solo embed there, and clue in that it's going to be this late B hit. And have so many players in strong positions to anchor. Cortez is feeling it. Got active in those last 2 rounds of the first half.
Time to jump.
Now seeing if they can continue this. That's 3 in a row now for Sen. That's a good way to kick it off. Instant kill dominating A lobby. Make it a second. Let's see what kind of player Redux is. He got the jiggle, he saw there's another player, but instead retreats one more angle back, sets up this high-low with his leader.
Now the other duelist gets a chance in mid. Holding down with the Bucky.
It's little things like that that'll tell you a lot. Even though it's his first time on the America stage, not choosing to overheat for another, but keeping it very steady.
A lot of time in this Sentinel system.
Absolutely.
Playing with Qbert Academy, the team that was kind of formed around him to make the next generation of Sen.
Well, there's a Bucky here to shut down current and future generations. 3 kills with 2 shots.
So, solutions that I was looking at. Win a pistol, check. Get some eco frags for your 2 duelists, check. Things are flowing nicely for Sen. Now, after getting a super clean anti-eco, can they cook something up on the bonus? Deliver on what FURIA did in the first half.
I'll take those ecos too. Yay.
Man is thrilled out there.
Yay.
Love to see some fire and some passion in those Sen players. But A lobby is where there's Redux getting the 2 kills last round. Once again posted, but this time just about full heavy armor for FURIA. It's different though. Dashing in with the Bucky there, it's crazy. Sentinels hoping for a little bit extra there, but ultimately taken out with the teleport away. That leaves Caillou alone on site.
I love you taking this timing. Dives straight up towards heaven, will tuck himself towards vent.
Ooh, maybe even going for this fight too. Dropping down is a little bit gutsy. Spotted the gun, there he is. Another one bites the dust. FURIA still though have plenty of time. A minute on the clock, there's still 2 players that haven't gone anywhere on the B side. Definitely want to regroup before activating.
They know that Sen is going to want to re-clear towards heaven. 2 players ready for it.
Little human drone jumping through, teleporting away. Sees a couple.
But with that TP off, that's left this A side open. FURIA will figure that out.
Oh, no one's watching it now. A little bit of a blunder, ultimately unfazed by it though. And now with FURIA with players in vents, player in main, really good control. EU, that's 3 on the round.
This position now for Sen is so pinched in. Players on 3 angles, all putting pressure on them.
Wow. EU ultimately for 4. And that comes after, I mean, you highlighted it, right? Him taking that space instantly into A heaven when he saw the 3 players, heard the teleport away. It's like, okay, I can seize that, has that sense and that presence of mind to make that split-second decision.
Nikiv's a really smart player. He does well to find those gaps where he can be aggressive. But I think it's very rare that you ever see him really overcommitting into those positions and taking an undue risk. We saw some of the mechanics, some of the game IQ in the clutch on display in their first series against Crew. He won a lot of rounds for FURIA.
Wow, FURIA getting in front of the utility, not wasting any time, jumping forward, Caillou down low, and the follow-through is there. The 1-2 punch out from FURIA leaves Sentinels without their in-game leader and leads to a very quick plant.
And this is an operator on the retake now for Sen. It's going to be tough to get back in. FURIA even ready to refight as soon as contact is made towards spawn.
Yeah, FURIA could also put 3 players back in main off a teleport. Have a great spot to be in.
And the longer that Sen take, the more these players in main become a checkmate.
Especially with Sentinels dividing 2 players in main, 2 back in screens. It's getting tougher and tougher for them, especially because one of them is Redux, and that's with an operator. And he's throwing the op into this retake. Has a shorty, couple of flashes to support, but EU again will shut him out of it. John QT and Cortez out in the open and shut out of this round.
I want to contrast the approach to those A retakes in rounds that looked very similar on the A site. FURIA in that position instantly held on to heaven, re-fought ramp, and flushed those players. For Sen, after losing Caillou, they just had to wait, regroup for a moment, not having players rotated in time. And they never had a clear approach to deal with the main players, which meant by the time they executed back into the site, they were just walking into an L-shaped crossfire.
Sentinels were banking so much on that round. By going for the retake and losing the op, a major tool lost.
Who's next?
You see sacrifices now. Cortez with just a sheriff is Koala. Already works his way up mid, primes his team for this B hit, spotting out both anchors.
Oh, Koala's ready for it. Here we go. Into the side already from FURIA. Sentinels scamper away. Have 4 players here, but no chance to go for a quick retake yet. Eventually that smoke goes down. But the position FURIA have found themselves in with control on Rafter is so hard to cut through. I mean, Sentinels, how do they actually come back with a Nightfall too, hitting half the players? The first one is good from Sentinels, but still, Paranor decayed without the trades. John QT will track that player falling. John down, and now EU in 1-on-2. Takes his time. He is playing with his food. Oh, EU! Oh, man!
It's just gross. A Red Bull clutch from EU. Played to absolute perfection. Sentinels again. The time gets the better of them in a retake. And one man just gets to play them like a fiddle. Look at how he takes these fights. The slight jiggle into a crouch peek before tucking away. The movement is impeccable.
Let's go, Dan! Let's go!
And there might be no better hype man behind you after winning a round like that.
Just a deflating way to do it as well. And Sentinels, they want to run an aggro play. Narrate, lights up B main. Artsin can't teleport away fast enough. He makes it out somehow. Caillou there for the trade, but instantly FURIA respond in kind.
And now they freeze. Know that that was an aggro play into B main. Want to figure out how many players are left behind it. And Sen start to second guess. Leave 2 heavier towards the A side of the map. And are playing with practically no information in the entirety of mid. The longer FURIA waits, the more that becomes a threat for Sentinels.
But FURIA's awareness in the mid rounds after receiving early aggression has been very good. Their patience to regroup play numbers. The only concern is going to be the judge, flush with the wall in front of them. But there's still a Prowler to clear it out. Koala's got a clone. Like, the utility should be more than enough, especially after spotting out that jump peek.
And Artson still has an Omen ult as well. They have so many tools. The time has been ticking, and now, with 30 seconds, they're walking back mid.
This could be a little concerning. Now A is open.
There were some rounds that they lost like this against Crew. Waiting too long in winning positions.
20 seconds left. I mean, look, they're guessing correctly. Sentinels are not on the A site, but very nearly could have been a rough one for them. Have the hard read and will eventually have the spike plant.
And I like that. Use the ult to get the spike down, maintain 2 players to hold on to Heaven control.
Redux into Heaven. Might have only seen 1 player, so this dash in is instantly responded to. Koala, so good up the rope. Leaves Cortezia alone. And the most unfortunate news for Sentinels, there's 4 players on the other side. This one is cooked. That's the first. But no second. Koala noob for 4K, and Furia dismantles Sen on their own map pick.
What a map from Koala. He was like the best friend in the world that round. Defends his teammate from the play in B main, does it again in Heaven, and closes it out with another kill. 19 and 8 for him to close.